Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Disney again. We're going to give you another daily dose of dismal Disney. And Disney is getting it from both sides. First, Disney got it from the GOP, that the GOP lawmakers want answers from Disney on Mulan and their connections to China and the CCP. So that was last month. This month, Elizabeth Warren is going after Disney for laying off thousands of workers.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because everything she brings up in her letter is everything I've been saying for weeks, but now she's going to go after Disney. And then Disney responds and then said it was full of inaccuracies, but didn't correct any of them.
Yeah, so you kind of compiled all this on piratesandprincesses.net that after she had these accusations at Disney, and they are things that we've talked about, laying off the employees and
she cited all of them. If you read the whole letter, which goes on and on, there's a link in the article. She cited like where she got this information from. It was all cited and everything. It wasn't like I'm just saying these things, but I don't know. You can see where things are cited.
5 pages.
Statement from Josh D'Amaro, statement from different places, deadline. Here the article's covering it. But she's like, "Dear Mr. Iger and Mr. Chapek, I write to express about Walt Disney Company's recent decision to lay off 28,000 workers during an economic recession, while reinstating pay rates for highly compensated senior executives," which I pointed out many times.
Yeah.
In the years leading up to this crisis, your company prioritized the enrichment of executives and stockholders through hefty compensation packages, which was true, and billions of dollars worth of dividend payments, which they did, and stock buybacks, which they also did.
No,
she does forget to mention that they bought Fox, and they have that issue, and they mishandled Star Wars and some of their franchises, which cost them a lot of money, and they put they overextended themselves on theme park, things they were building and attractions and hotels. That wasn't even mentioned. So they're talking about how this all weakened Disney's financial cushion and ability to retain and pay its frontline workers. And they said that they're happy they're giving them health care for now. They're not going to after they're gone. But thousands of employees are going to lose their jobs and their health care and everything else. So what are they going to do about it? And then they go on about California and, that whole thing about, they're not keeping it closed because safety. And they said, but even then, California was a big concern. Why are you laying off a bunch of people in Florida?
Because it's all about cost cutting.
Exactly.
I mean, this is Disney. This is who Disney really is. I don't know what else to tell you.
They're a corporation. We've been telling you this.
This is who. All of this family-friendly Mickey Mouse stuff is just that. It's Mickey Mouse stuff.
Just make you buy stuff.
Yeah, it's a sales pitch. But the reality is, when push comes to shove, the employees get shoved out the damn door.
Right. Of course they're going to give the executives their payback and get rid of other people. And I expect a lot more layoffs, given the fact they're shifting direction. So I'm expecting more to be. They're not going to announce it now, of course. They're already getting enough shit. But I'm expecting more layoffs to happen. So after they make this whole, it goes on and on and on. Let's talk about the stock buybacks. It goes into detail about what the accusations are. And then again, all with citations, where they got it from. And everything else, all of which are things that we've mentioned, and most of which have been stated in over the course of a few months that we've seen it ourselves being stated. What were you going to read that?
Well, no, I was just going to say that she points out, and she is correct. I will give her that. In this instance, she is correct, because even the cuts that the executives took at Disney are a drop in the bucket compared to the total, pay packages.
Not taking their salary when they have a bunch of other stuff is no big deal.
Yeah, because most of the compensation's in stock, and other perks. So for them to not take the salary is like, oh, look at me, I'm sacrificing too. I'm only going to make $40 million this year. Oh, what am I going to do?
Right. And then they do mention, she does mention this, and I agree with her. Earlier this year, Mr. Chapek reportedly stated that our ability to do good in the world starts with our cast members who create magic every day. Our commitment to them will always be top priority. Well,
wow. Yeah. Yet it appears that prior to and during the pandemic, Disney took good care of its top executives and shareholders and is now hanging out its frontline workers to dry. That's not an untrue statement.
It's not just this. With the ESPN, They had all these people who are making so much money, and there's like 100 of them that are making over a certain amount of people, and they're like these sports people that were they're show casters and stuff, and they were asking them to please voluntarily take a pay cut, and they were all making a shit ton of money, and they had a significant number of them. Now ESPN, from my understanding, has not been doing well for quite a while. So I'm like, why the hell will you have all those people and paying them all that much? Why don't you get rid of some of those people? Because you really don't need that many.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah, with the sports not doing well, I mean.
And they said the ads were down and everything else, but they'll justify that.
Yeah, so, she basically just,
gave some questions.
Had some questions, and honestly, I think, there were some legit questions, but then, I do believe there's a political motivation behind all of this. I think this is about getting people in Florida.
Why now?
Angry.
Why now when this has been going on for weeks and they didn't say anything? This, the layoffs were announced 3 weeks ago, something like that. Nothing came till now. Where was the worry when it first happened?
Because Florida is currently a toss-up state in the election. Mm-hmm. Florida and Pennsylvania are both going to be hotly contested. That sounds so hotly contested.
And you know what happens? Whoever wins, they don't do jack shit that they said they were going to do for the state, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
They'll just use it to leverage it, promise the moon, and deliver none of it. But Disney then, of course, said there was a number of inaccuracies. If you go down, I have the response. Keep going. So here's the response, the statement that Disney put out. Senator Warren's misinformed letter contains a number of inaccuracies. Which ones?
Yeah.
We've unequivocally demonstrated our ability to operate responsibly with strict health and safety protocols in place at all of our theme parks worldwide, with the exception of Disneyland Resort in California.
That wasn't the gist of the
No, I know. That was one part she mentioned, where the state has prevented us from reopening, even though we have reached agreements with unions representing the majority of our cast members that would like to get them back to work. That addresses nothing. That addresses the one thing she mentioned about California. The rest of the letter was never addressed. There's a lot of inaccuracies. Where? What are the inaccuracies? You could easily refute them if there are inaccuracies. She provided you a ton of citations where she got all this from, all from media outlets, some of them interviews with their own people. Where are the inaccuracies?
So this is all they said.
That's what they said.
But
as of last I've seen, I haven't checked. I mean, I haven't think they've added anything since.
But that's. They didn't address the gist of the letter, which was, how can you call yourselves a compassionate company when you treated your employees like shit?
They keep using this family and community way to try to get people to come to their parks and give them money and open their wallets. They keep touting that, our cast members, which our cast members do make the parks. I'm not going to even...
Yeah, that's true.
They're touting that on one side of their face, and then they're, going to have massive layoffs, but, as the executives got their payback before the layoffs were announced.
So this is what's interesting about Disney. Disney is, we're seeing when the chips are down, we're seeing just what kind of company Disney.
They're a normal company. I mean, other companies do this all the time. I'm not going to fault them for that.
But what I'm saying is, people have this illusion, that Disney is
different.
We're just one big happy family. That's their marketing spiel.
The Disney difference.
There isn't a difference between Disney and other companies.
That's the end. That's what we've been trying to tell you. There is no difference.
They're a for-profit company, and they're going to make tough decisions. But I guess what is irksome, and also irksome to cast members that we've talked to, is that they are basically fed this line that Disney is one big happy family. Now, Disney's never faced a situation quite as bad as this before, so they're going to make some pretty tough decisions. But even little things like, if you go to work for somebody else and you're still furloughed with us, you lose your
severance.
You lose your severance.
Now that's standard for other companies as well.
Right.
However, Disney's supposed to be different. They're supposed to be about their cast members. Their cast members make the magic. Their cast members mean everything to them. Unless you don't do what they want, or you work for somebody else, and then you lose your severance, so they can keep and put in the pockets of one of their executives.
So I gotta wonder if Disney isn't going to flip-flop on some of its political messaging now, because you've got Elizabeth Warren reading you the Riot Act, but then the flip side is the GOP's, calling them out for them getting too chummy with China.
We know from what's going on that honestly, if one side wants to shut things down again. So I'm not taking sides. I'm just telling you what they're saying. And to that end, that's going to be more problems for companies like Disney. So I don't know what they're going to do. I do know that she asked questions. They didn't answer any of the questions. They said there was inaccuracies, but addressed none of them.
No, they never did.
They just mentioned the thing about California. They used it again as a chance to say, well, California's not letting us reopen. And they use it for another chance to take a jab at California.
Well, okay, so you start reading between the lines here. Newsom is a Democratic governor, and they're getting into it with Elizabeth Warren.
Well, Elizabeth Warren was backing that. If you read the letter, she was talking about, well, things were opening, but for people's safety and all that. And then she said, beyond California, why are you laying off other people in Florida? Because Florida's a state they need.
Now, Walt, yeah, that's just it. This is politically motivated. I'm sure all of this is both sides is politically motivated.
People like us who actually gave a shit about the cast members and Disney itself, we've been covering this stuff for weeks.
Yeah, but we're the wrong kind of people. They incite Clownfish TV.
Wrong kind of people. We're not just us. Other blogs have been covering this for weeks. What about the cast members? What about them? What are we going to do about that? Because people actually gave a shit about the cast members and the parks and things like that. I mean, whether you kiss their butt or not, you still care. The people like us have been covering this forever. But now she's going to come in and make a appeal right before the election.
Yeah, and that's what this is. And everybody's a chess piece at this point. Everybody, every company. And all these cast members are going to be used as chess pieces. I mean, I'm seeing, the election thing is just, it's insane. I mean, every freaking ad on YouTube now.
Yep, pretty much.
Is election. And they will run 2 ads back to back, and one will be Democrat and one will be Republican.
Yep, it's insane.
It's like, just forget that other ad you watched. Here, we're going to run.
We should do that. We should make an ad and pay for it. Just forget that ad.
Yeah.
Just forget that last ad.
Forget that last ad.
We have no point to what we're just waiting to say, forget that last ad.
Well, they've got Michael Keaton out there shilling for Biden because he's from, and I know they're targeted ads because, we live near Pittsburgh and he's from Pittsburgh.
And he's wearing like a Pittsburgh.
He's wearing a Pirates hat. And he's getting all folksy.
I love Michael Keaton though.
I do like Michael Keaton.
I think the world needs more Michael Keaton on a normal basis, but I just thought it was funny.
But he was on there and he's getting all folksy and like, yeah, I'm from Western PA and Joe's a good guy like my dad and like your dads and all these guys.
Well, my dad and all my dad's friends and all the guys who did what he said his dad did, they have strong opinions that might disagree with him. Anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. And I gotta wonder, Disney though, how they're gonna feel. Because, there is one side of the aisle that's gonna be pushing for them to be open. And it's not the blue side. Right.
And I mean, and everybody's like, oh my God, you're taking sides. We're not taking sides.
No.
We're actually pretty much independent at this point.
Yeah.
We're in the middle.
Nobody wants us.
Yeah, everybody hates us.
Everybody hates
we
us.
call both sides out. But we're kind of in the middle. But it's just insane that they're just now. I mean, that's what makes me mad. If they actually gave a shit about these people, they would have been like us, the other blogs who are reporting on it and being like, what the heck, Disney? And they didn't. Now they're going to because they're trying to leverage it, which is bullcrap.
A couple weeks before the election.
No matter what, she did ask questions that were fair.
They were fair questions.
She did ask questions that were legitimately based and made sure she cited examples that her office probably did it to make sure that, it wasn't just making accusations without evidence, which I appreciated. I thought that was well done. And then Disney's answer is, you're full of shit. California won't let us open. That was
their non-answer.
Said.
Just wait for the investment call. Wait for the earnings call next month. That is going to be some serious backhand bitch slap, and that's what this was basically Mickey's big white glove backhand slapping Elizabeth Warren.
But what I think is going to happen? It'll be interesting because they haven't given out dividends. You want to bet? Oh, we have always layoffs, and now suddenly there's going to be dividends.
Oh yeah.
If that happens, that's even more asinine.
They give out dividends when they just had to lay off 28,000 people, and yet, like you're saying, I don't think this is going to end because Disney, they made this big announcement. They always soften the blow. They talked about how they're going to restructure the entire company to focus on streaming, just like
which
Warner.
Really is not a good idea because Hulu's actually pretty solid. But Disney Plus really isn't yet, and it's not going to be for a while.
Can you imagine if they hadn't even started working on Disney Plus?
Then they would have been totally screwed. That's the only thing that kept them through.
Yeah,
was their ownership of Hulu and Disney Plus.
But that's their out. Like, yeah, guys, we're gonna jump ship to Disney Plus, but they're gonna lay more people off. I guarantee it in the movie division and TV, for sure. Marketing, all because they're gonna, and it's all gonna be under the guise of we're consolidating.
Well, you know what this move's gonna be. reboots and spin-offs of everything Disney has ever done ever because it's cheaper and we can do it fast.
We can do it fast. Just take the same damn script, modernize it a little bit, go through and fix some of the problematic casting decisions, and just film the same. We're gonna make Hocus Pocus again. We're not gonna do Hocus Pocus 2 because, and we're not gonna hire Bette Midler because we can't afford her.
Well, not just that, she's a redhead, so we can't have her.
No, we can't have her.
We're gonna, we'll be Goldberg. Or
Whoopi Goldberg. There we go.
Goldberg or Oprah Winfrey or something.
Oprah Winfrey and a beat for beat remake of Hocus Pocus. That's what we're going to do because that's money in the bank. That's
right.
What people want. That's the quality that people have come to expect from Disney. But yeah, I think
as of late, that is the quality people have come to expect from Disney, which is sad saying. It guts me to say that because they used to be so much better. That's why we're so pissed. Yeah. Disney, you are better than this. You were. Better than this. Not now, but
Decades
you were
ago.
better than this.
Actually, not that long ago. I would say 10 to 12 years ago.
They were better than this.
They were better than this. And, something happened. Somebody came in and changed the company's focus. I can't imagine who that was.
I don't know. Overspent on Fox and ruined Star Wars. Who could that be?
Rhymes with Miger. Rhymes with Miger.
I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Figer.
But you know
Geiger.
what? It's okay because Disney is doing everything they can to make their money. Besides doing more brand deals like they used to do with Epcot. Remember, everything was sponsored by a company.
Yeah, everything's sponsored.
Well, now they're doing things on Hulu, which is called, they call it Bite-Size Halloween. And basically what it is
you told me
they're
about
making brand deals with Mars and Wrigley and other companies to run 2-minute horror films done by independent filmmakers who got 5 figures for the probably millions of dollars they got to run the spot. And it's like a 2-minute horror film commercial. It's a what would you call it?
Infomercial.
It's not an infomercial. It's like a
sponsored
commutainment or
commutainment. Oh my God, that is Disney. That's what they produce. That's gonna be on their next report. They're gonna be like, Disney, what do you do these days? Well, we're in the business of commutainment.
So I'm just like, whatever it is. So they're taking, they're doing brand spots and all that and taking all the money for that now to run these little commercials on Freeform and Hulu. But I can't really knock them for that because they used to do it. That was a Walt Disney thing. They used to get
Monsanto. Monsanto used to sponsor half of Disneyland.
Well, they used to have Pepsi and then, they had like Small World was like UNICEF
Pepsi,
and some things. So I'm like, this is not new for them. So I can't really fault them for that. It's not new. But my point is they're going all out. They're even doing a sale at the Droid Depot.
Yeah, they're actually putting Star Wars on sale. That's pretty desperate, right?
I know. They never, on a normal time, you would never get a discount. People were paying, $200 for lightsabers, and then they don't work a week later, and they were complaining about that before the shutdowns, and Disney was basically like, we don't care. And now the Droid Depot, they have extra accessories you can buy for $20 each or something. It's ridiculous. But now you can get them for $10 a piece, which means it ends up being about buy 2 get 1 free according to Mickey Blog. So $10 accessories, guys.
Well, we need to because Squid King actually has a black R2 unit. I forget what he named it.
What did he name it?
I forget what he named it.
It was something funny, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, we actually have a video. If you go out and look for our live stream, I think February we were there. He built it.
On Pirates and Princesses?
No, here on Clownfish.
Oh, on Clownfish, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
we did a droid building. But yeah, they're going to get really desperate if they have OnlyFans pages set up for the Disney princesses.
Oh my God.
To bring in some extra money.
But yeah, it's just getting ridiculous. And then there's the whole argument about whether the parks are at 25% capacity or not. And they keep claiming they are because they're saying, which I've mentioned before, that, some things are shut down and there's social distance and the restaurants seem really busy, but they're using half as many tables and stuff some of that is true. But I've been out in the streets and the people are walking in the streets and it feels like about what you normally see. And their argument is, well, normally it only averages at 30-some% capacity. And I'm like, but wait a minute. How could Disney keep saying they weren't making money? They're barely making money at 25% capacity.
Yeah, there's a couple of things. I mean, look, if I'm going to be objective, I'm going to say, well, people aren't, because we're getting mostly locals. A lot of people aren't staying in hotels, and that's where a lot of their revenue comes from is hotels. So you don't have
$700 a night hotels.
They're $700 a night, luxury hotels, and people are just driving in for the day and going home. Or they're staying at Values, whatever.
Yeah, that's why they keep appealing to the annual pass holders.
Right. So you've got a lot of pass holders there. But yeah, the parks, I'm sorry. I don't care what the capacity is. the parks are really freaking crowded. We were just there a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, you know
it's
what?
gotten worse since.
It's gotten worse because I think everybody was under the delusion that Disney was, you know, it was like ghost town. You could just go ride whatever the hell you wanted to ride as much as you wanted to, because they had videos of people out there being like, even when I booked the hotel, the cast member on the phone was like, oh, I got to ride Flight of Passage like 3 times in a row. Oh, you guys are going to have a great trip. I'm like, no, actually what happened was we got to Animal Kingdom. We drove to Animal Kingdom. We took the car, drove to Animal Kingdom, got to the parking lot, looked at the mob of people.
You got put in the auxiliary parking lot.
In the auxiliary parking lot. Looked at the mob of people at Rope Drop, and we're like, hell no. And we turned around. So no, we didn't ride Flight of Passage 3 times. We didn't ride it once. We went to Universal. So that's where we went. We just drove across town. We're like, yeah, let's just
So it's just a mess. But, you know, the questions you were asking were valid questions. Disney didn't answer any of them. Basically, they said, you know, you're full of crap.
They backhanded her.
California sucks.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
basically their answer.
Pretty much. They just like they just completely backhanded Elizabeth Warren. It is Mickey just is like, shut up. You're asking too many questions. I can't do a Mickey voice.
I can't either.
Kick me in the balls. Maybe I can do a better Mickey voice.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that'll be my OnlyFans page. But yeah, just, you know, yeah. Everybody hates Disney at this point.
They're so in trouble from everyone. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, God.
So anyway, we can wrap this up.
Yeah, we're well past time to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Go out to piratesandprincesses.net for more unapologetic Disney news.
That's what we call it, unapologetic. There you go.
Unapologetic Disney news at piratesandprincesses.net. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.